Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Sheila Bila coming to you with another review of Tyler Perry's Divorce Sistas Season 1, Episode 7, I believe. I think it's called Birds of a Feather. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. The more you do like the videos, the more I do go through the algorithm, and more people start to view my commentary on the road to 8,000 subscribers. 100 likes every single episode. So like that button. It pushes me through the algorithm and it helps. And thank you for coming back. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your support. Thank you. This is another episode. Tyler Perry is getting these episodes out here. He's getting to the point. He's not lingering. He's really good. He's filling these scenes, and he's filling these scenes with information. So, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy that the storyline is moving. It's not taking days and days for a storyline to move. The storyline is moving, and I'm happy for it. So let's keep this up. Let's keep this on the road. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the episode. Tyler Perry's Divorce Sisters. It picks up where it left off, where Naomi was showing the video footage of Myron. He was outside in the parking lot talking about I know he wants me. I know he loves me. I don't know why he's making me jealous. Putting Rashida on the spot. Rashida just looking like, so do y'all believe this? Do y'all believe this? And of course, Rashida doesn't believe it because she already had the conversation with her husband. And listening to that clip, the husband wasn't over there. He wasn't talking to the husband. The husband did not engage with the conversation. This was a one-sided conversation about one person's feelings that he thinks about another person, which was not confirmed. But Rashida said this: one thing about a rumor, one thing about a lie, it spreads. One thing about it, and she said, I could say nothing about it and just let it linger and it washes away, or I can put something in it and let people just add this and they form their own conclusions. And she did ask the people around. She was like, hey, Bridget, do you believe this? Of course Bridget doesn't believe it because she sees the pastor and Rashida dang near every day. She knows how Rashida is so thorough when it comes to her husband. So no, she don't think that this is true. And then she gets to she asks Geneva, hey, Geneva, what about you? Do you believe it? Geneva hesitantly says, I don't. But then when she gets to Tiffany, do you believe it? Tiffany says, well, I've heard rumors that they were close. Oh, close? So all of you had heard rumors that they were close, but nobody wanted to say anything to me. And then that's the thing. We hear things, but we don't want to put our friends in embarrassing situations. But I guess there is a way that you can bring up to your friend, man, the pastor and the assistant are a little close. Is there something going on? You might want to check that. But at the end of the day, Rashida saw it herself. She's been clocked it, and she has been told her husband, like, this don't look good. That dude like you? Do you like dude? But anyway, so she was just like, well, let's just go ask them. Preacher boy, Myron, come on in the house. And what is going on here? So roll tape. So they roll the tape and they hear Myron talking to whomever on the phone. So they just like, hold on, Myron, what you doing? And then Naomi is really trying to press it like they're engaged, like they are, sleeping together. She's pushing it, right? And so the preacher man is like, look, I ain't doing this. I do not like men. I like women's. I am delivered. But he says he don't like men. You know what I'm saying? He's never been attracted to men. He's always been attracted to women. And yeah. So there isn't anything to do. So they were questioning, like, Myron, who were you talking to on the phone? Who was that you was talking to? He was like, I was talking to my wife. Myron, so you really think that the stuff that we heard on this video camera is you talking to your wife, and your wife will be okay with you talking about another man? Come on now. Really? Naomi's like, you're not going to gaslight us. We are not going to be gaslit. Okay, now Myron is probably trying to do some gaslighting. But preacher boy, he's not. To me, he's in the clear. And for Rashida, to me, she's in the clear as well. Because this was a one-sided conversation. And they just like, hold on, like what? You know what I'm saying? Really? Or whatever. But anyway, so He was like, no, I'm not gay. I'm not. You know what? The preacher boy said, oh, one thing. Rashida said, I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to do this. Naomi, I am done with you. There is nothing that I can do for you. There is no way I'm going to allow you to sit up here and put the hurt on us that your husband has put on you. And until you're ready to not do what you're doing, then I'll be ready. But until then, I'm done. And she was about to walk out that door. But before she was finna walk out that door, her husband said, hold on, wait. I will open that door for you. I said, I know that's right, husband. You better open that door, preacher man. And then he told Myron, you not riding with me, I'm riding with, but he said, you not riding with me, I'm riding with my wife. My wife is riding with me, and you gonna ride with them girls. And I'll see y'all later. So they walk on up at the door. And so Myron said he gonna call him a ride share. And Bridget said, no, I will go ahead and take you. So, yes. So they some of the other girls, Tiffany and Geneva, they kind of stayed. Everybody else pretty much left. And when they got back to it, the police came knocking at the door. Child, they just gonna open up the door. Child, they opened up that lady door and gave her the documents and said, you've been served. And they walked on up out the house and come to find out that Naomi's husband is suing her for $50 million. And she only got $37 million. So girl, that's a deficit. So what you gonna do? You gonna figure it out? But anyway, Geneva said, I knew this was gonna happen. And you put yourself in this. And you did. You put yourself in this. Even though I do empathize with how her husband was treating her, we still have to use common sense and logic in these situations. We cannot act in the lowest vibration of our consciousness, and that is self-destruction. That is negativity. You got to learn to think straight. You have to learn how to think outside of your feelings and your emotions to make practical decisions. And so Naomi wasn't doing none of that. Child, and Naomi still ain't doing none of that. But anyway, Geneva tried to give her a stern talking to. Naomi really ain't trying to hear it. And everybody pretty much go ahead and leave. All right, so they in the car. Preacher man and Rashida, they in the car. They having a good laugh. Preacher man like, was I that naive? Like, was I that? Yeah, nigga, you was. You was that naive. Like, I've been trying to tell you for the last 3 years that the boy been wanting you. The boys, the girls, the men's, the women's. All of them, they want you. You the pastor. You decent looking. You know what I'm saying? You dress nice, you smell good. Everybody gonna be attracted to you. The bugs, the animals, it's just what it is. You have to have discernment in your life to see who is more for you than who trying to get in your draws. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And Rashida, and he says, you are a good one. He said, you are a good woman, and I am happy that I know somebody like you. Because she said they were raised differently. And she can just see things that he cannot see. And that's why you need a good helpmate. You hear me? A good helpmate to see what you can't see. It is. But anyway, so, they cracking jokes. Talking about, all right, Myron trying to get in there. Myron done warmed up your seat warmers. Just little jokes. And it's cool. And I just like it. I was like, yes. Because I don't want to see everybody miserable in divorcing. Can we see somebody having a good relationship? And so far, their relationship is starting to get on a good page. And it's happy that he's starting to tell her that he appreciates her more. It's starting that he's just really just showing his admiration for his wife once again. And I'm just happy that I get to see it. Okay? On a Tyler Perry movie. A show. But anyway, so she brings up her son, right? And like, hey, my son gonna have to pee in the cup, and I'm gonna need you to cuss him out. You want me to cuss my son? Don't act like you don't cuss, nigga. You cuss. I need you to cuss him out to let him know that we mean business, because something is going wrong with him. Something is clearly not right. And hopefully the pastor will not be so caught up, come on, we need your attention back on his family. Don't be so caught up in all that mess, because like you said, it's one thing, then it's another. So we need to get on the other, which is your family. Matter of fact, the family is the one thing, and everything else is the others. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the one thing, which is your family, is taken care of first. Then you get to the others. Okay? But anyway, they're going to have to get his son a drug test, because he over here tripping. Almost the way he done jacked up his mama. We'll get there later. Chad Myron sitting in the car crying. You gonna cry in the car. Myron was crying in the car. Chad crying in the car. Bridget done pulled up. And he talking about he about to go pack his bags. Bridget said, boy, don't pack your bags just yet. Mind you, that Rashida and Preacher Boy, they had the conversation in the car. Saying that they was going, because Preacher Boy said, I'm gonna have to fire him. Because I was with him. I said, fire the nigga. He said, I'm going to have to fire him. But Rashida said, wait. It's the optics. You got to look at it. Now, if you sit up here and fire this boy that fast, the people are going to know that something is wrong. You got to let him phase himself out. Because he was a good assistant. He did his job. But he going to have to phase out. It's not going to look good. They don't need no lawsuit. They don't need nobody saying that he did this and he done that. You got to play it safe and smart. See, that's the thing about Naomi. Naomi don't know how to play it smart. She plays in her feelings. Rashida know how to play it smart and get out of her feelings. That's why the two are on different levels. That's why it is. I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, so she said, Rashida was like, no, we'll end up letting them go, but we're going to have to do it smart. You can't be up on him like that. He can't always be in your space like that. Y'all going to have to put some space between y'all. That's what y'all going to have to do. And so Myron, he already think he fired. And Bridget like, hey, you not fired. They wouldn't do you like that. But she don't know the conversation they had in the car. Anyway, so she was like, he said, I'm on your side. But they had to ask him, so do you like the pastor? No, I don't. I don't love the pastor. That's not what you said on that phone. You need to be clear in your feelings, Myron. Do you love the pastor? Do you want the pastor? And then he gonna try to say, I love the husband and the wife. Well, you show a little more attention to the husband than you do the wife. That's what I see. And that's what everybody else sees. You know what I'm saying? So, Myron, get your feelings together. What is it that you love? What is it that you're trying to do? Because if you sitting up here lying to us, we can't help you with a lie. But we can help you with the truth. And when you come to work on Monday, you need to come with the truth. Who was there on that phone? He don't want to say. I want to know who was there on the phone too. Will we find out? I hope soon. Anyway, he says that she says, I'm here for you. I'm in your corner. And then he keeps stopping her. And he like, oh, you really for me? You not mad at me? You not? She was like, nah, boy, my feet hurt. I need to get home. It's been a long day. But anyway, so she got that taken care of. Bridget and Myron, he gonna come to work on Monday or whatever. And it is what it is, right? And so mind you, as Myron was leaving, Preacher Man and Rashida, they was coming to the church. And Preacher Man said he gonna go in there and do some work. And Bridget was outside talking to Rashida. And Rashida was like, what was you and Myron talking about? And he told me, Bridget said, he think you gonna fire him. And Bridget talking about, I said, you weren't gonna do that. Child, Rashida gave him to her that face like, yes, I was and I am, but we gotta do it right. And then Bridget like, say less. I said, I know that's right, Bridget. Hey, your girl back. It is what it is. So, yeah. All right, so Tiffany, she's home and she's happy when she get that phone call from Javon. And Javon is an old slick trickster. That's what he is. He thinks that he is very good and wise with his words. I mean, and when you are preying on somebody like Tiffany, because she hasn't been with a man in a long while, it's kind of easy for her to be in her feelings and her emotions by having a man that's attractive being attracted to her. This is a feeling that she hasn't felt in a long time, and it's almost compromising her judgment and her thoughts, because he says, how spontaneous are you? And she's just like, what are you talking about? So Javon has a plan to take her to Italy with Geneva and William. And she was like, hold on, I think that, yeah, but it's a little too soon. I gotta watch Anika. She's just trying to give him reasons why she won't be able to do it. But Javon is really pressuring her and talking about, Geneva will be okay. Like, how do you know Geneva will be okay? And these are the questions that Tiffany should have pressed more. How do you know this? What is it that you and Geneva talk about for you to know that she will be okay? And he's putting it like, well, I'll just tell William, to ask Rashida, like, to keep Anika. So he's trying to put it off on everybody else to get Tiffany down there to make this girl jealous. That is just so sneaky and evil. Or whatever. And Tiffany, being in the place that she's in right now, she knows that it doesn't feel right. But at the same time, you have this man trying to do something with her. So it's almost like she's going to go against her better judgment to make it happen. And she said, well, I need to talk to Geneva. I don't know. I need to talk to Geneva because that's my friend. I said that I would keep her daughter. That's what I promised her. But mind you, hold on, wait. Then they had the conversation in the car that she wasn't going to keep Anika because the way that the friendship was going between Tiffany and Geneva, like and they already had put it off on Rashida that Rashida said she was going to watch her anyway. So I don't even know why the conversation is even being a conversation when Tiffany, you did say in last episode that you wasn't going to watch it. So that kind of threw me for a loop right there. The reason, this whole conversation, maybe she changed her mind. Who knows? Because she even goes to tell Javon that her and Geneva aren't on the same page. Like Geneva has been distant. And really, that's only making Javon happy because he knows that his plan is working. But anyway, he knows what he's doing. So he says he's going to talk to William to just to kind of, I guess, poke and prime to see how Geneva would feel about the idea of Rashida watching Anika and not having Tiffany do it so Tiffany can come on the trip to Italy with them too. Anyway. All right, child. Naomi goes to the hospital with some black flowers and she begins to antagonize Franklin and his burnt up wife. She is trying to put Franklin in a position to where if she antagonizes him enough, he would put his hands on her and that way she can counter sue. But the difference is she talked too much to where he begins to figure out what she's trying to do. And he says, I'm not going to put my hands on you. You will never get that pleasure again. I'm only going to touch my burnt up wife that's laying here in this hospital. Right. So he begins to call a nurse so the nurse can call security to get Naomi escorted out. And nobody can touch the burnt up wife that's on the bed because she has an open wound. And if anything touches it, it gets infected. So Naomi takes them black flowers and lay them. Matter of fact, she throws them on that burnt up wife's back so she can get more of an infection. Child, anyway. And then she pretty much runs up out of there. I said, I cannot. I cannot. I'm like, I said, Naomi, baby, you just dig in a grave, like deeper and deeper and deeper. Like, and the reason why you doing this is because you think that stripper boy is going to go and off. When I say off, I mean unalive Franklin and his wife. You think that. So you think you got the situation under control. But baby, we'll talk about it. All right. So Tiffany ends up calling Rashida on the phone. Rashida gets the phone call with Tiffany about them going on this trip to Italy. Rashida's just like, it's kind of fast. You just met him. Do you think this is a good idea? And you're supposed to be watching Anika, Rashida is advising against it, but hey, Tiffany wants to do what Tiffany wants to do. So here at the bank, Naomi shows stripper boy the money. Like, hey, stripper boy, this is the money, $1 million. I got the money like I said. You know what I'm saying? You gonna do this or not? Stripper boy just like, hey, give me at least $10,000. She's talking about, I ain't giving you nothing. I ain't giving you nothing. I'm like, how do you want this boy to go and unalive 2 people and you give him no incentive? But then she try to be big and bad and say, if you try to run off with my money, you know what I'm saying? I know your hood, your whole bloodline. You got a daughter that's 9 years old. Like, you threatening this boy. And he ends up saying, I'm not doing nothing for you. Boy, because he done been in prison for 15 years. He got this. And I'm just looking at this boy like, why would you put yourself in a situation to even go back to prison in the first place? That's stupid. But anyway, she threatening him, and he just like, you know what? I'm not doing it. If you think I'm gonna put my life on the line and you don't give me anything up front, do you really think I'm gonna do this? Because I can't trust you just like you say you can't trust me. Child, he cusses her out and walk off. And I said, see, there you go again, Naomi. You done went down there to that folk hospital and done put them flowers on that woman's back, further digging yourself in the grave, thinking that you had a verbal contract with this stripper boy that he was going to unalive the wife and the boy. Come to find out, he done told you he ain't going to do it. So now, look at you again, alone, looking dumb. Looking just straight dumb. Now, who you going to get to unalive these people? Who? You? You going to do it? Child, Naomi, figure it out. Okay, so now back over at the church, Myra comes in talking about, oh, you're going to fire me? Preacher boy, like, why do you think that? Why do you think that? Because it's just, just the whole spiel. So, preacher man is just like, look, I did not know that you had these feelings for me. Apparently you do. You need to figure it out. If you are whatever you say that you are, you need to go to counseling to figure out what are the feelings in your head. One thing, you can be gay, okay, but that other thing, it ain't happening with me. So preacher boy asks, where did you get this from? Where did you get this information from, right? So he said, who were you talking to? He said he was talking to another man that works at the church. And he was like, so you're talking to another man that works at the church? So what is it? Apparently the man that he was talking to put in his head that the preacher man wants him, or they should be together, or there's something there, which made Myron is a weak individual, isn't he? I think Myron is looking for love in all the wrong places. Maybe Myron has abandonment issues. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's deeper than what we're showing, because the way that he attaches himself to people is crazy. Because even when Bridget was saying, yeah, I'm on your side. Oh, you on my side? Oh, you are? It's like anytime anybody shows him any type of love or affection or showing that they care, like, I care about you. You do? You care about me? Like, it's like he gravitates to that. And now maybe he has daddy issues. I don't know. But when the preacher man was giving him some type of acknowledgement that he was there, he was being seen, and he was doing a great job, it's like he got those feelings of, I love him and he loves me and we're going to be together. Like, yeah, you do need therapy because you need to sort out your feelings. Because you say you're not gay. You say you like women, you love your wife, but you're steady going after this man. And I don't even think it has anything to do with him going after a man. I think it's him going after anybody. Anybody that shows him anything, I think he's going to go after them. I think he has to figure out his feelings and his emotions. They're going to continue to work together, but they're not going to work together as close as they were. That's pretty much what that is. They're going to have to figure it out. And I still don't even know who the man was. Did they say the man's name? Because we need to go talk to this man. Because this man is a weirdo that's putting all this stuff in this boy's head. We need to go figure him out. All right. So now, child, Geneva get home. And lo and behold, Javon is in the kitchen cooking. Apparently, he's a chef. So Javon has a lot of, I guess, is that what he is? He's a chef? I thought he did something else. So he's a chef, and he's in there cooking them for dinner tonight. Apparently, he know how to cook warm, juicy steaks that Geneva want to take a bite out of. And child, they over there talking real sexual. And do you want to bite this juicy, hot, warm steak? or whatever, flants, whatever they called them. And William said, I will. I said, I bet you will, wouldn't you? I will. I said, what the mess is this? Anyway, so they bring up the whole trip and all that stuff. And he was like, no, Tiffany can't go on the trip. She's watching Anika. Oh, don't worry about it. Rashida's going to take care of that. Really? Well, I don't think that's a good idea, because this is, so while they're trying to have the conversation, baby Anika falls off the swing. Apparently she falls off the swing hard enough to where she has to go get a CAT scan. So they rush her off to the hospital, right? So anyway, and I did move a little ahead of myself, but I have this I need to go over real quick too. So Preacher Boy's son is in their room, and he's looking for money. So he finds the money. He's about to leave out when Rashida catches him in the act. What are you doing in here? I'm going to get a tie from I need a tie from father. Okay, well, you need a tie from father. You went the wrong way, because the ties are over this way. What is in your hand? Nothing. What is in your hand? So he opens up his hand. He says he needs the money. Why do you need the money? I just need the money. Are you on drugs? No, I'm not on drugs, Mom. I need you to pee in this cup. I'm not peeing in the cup. Just give me the money. So, but while they're going back and forth, the sister is looking, out the door, and he grabs his mom. He's like, just give me the money. He cusses and everything. Kind of scares the mama. And so I'm sorry. He walks out. So the boy has some type of problem. Somebody either is bullying him and making him give them money. I don't think he has a drug problem. I think he just may be getting bullied at school, and he's trying to handle the situation the best way that he can, but he can't. So that's the only thing I'm getting from it. Back at the hospital, the nurse, everybody was there. Okay, so you have Tiffany. Well, Tiffany comes in later because Javon calls Tiffany. The maid lady was there. Child, Geneva made her leave. I'm not saying it's your fault, but it's your fault. And we had a long day. She was a preemie, so I need you to leave and get some rest. So when she leaves, that's when Tiffany comes in. Hey, is everything okay? Why are you here? Javon called me. Javon, why did you call her? Because this is your friend. No, Javon, you're being messy. You're being extra, extra messy. And if anything, Javon, you can go home too. We don't need you here. So Geneva tells both of them to go home. Did you call any of the other girls? No, I didn't call anybody else. Okay, good. This is a family matter. And so Tiffany is like, really, Geneva, really? And she was like, yeah, William, is this what you think? William is like, look, I don't care about none of this. I'm just worried about my daughter. So they're kind of having a little back and forth when the nurse comes out. So the nurse is like, the CAT scan came back. She's going to need a blood transfusion. Okay, I need from the parents. Geneva, I need to get your blood. I mean, William said, well, I can get the blood. Geneva, I need your blood. Here you go, Geneva. You can get the blood from him. You can get the blood from him because, Geneva's scared of needles. I really don't, nurse, here's the doctor lady. I really don't want to do this in front of all y'all. Can I talk to you in private? Geneva. Child, Geneva, what? I mean, what's going? Child, okay, just spill it. We spilling it. Anika is AB. What does that mean? That means I can only get a sample from you. I can't get a sample from William because he's O. Is it O positive, O negative? But he's O. So I can't get anything from him because he's O. Oh, he's O. Oh, yes, he's O. Meaning it's not a match with Anika, because if Anika is AB, then the daddy should be AB. But the daddy is O. Did the light bulb come on yet? That ain't the girl daddy. So everybody looking like, what? What? Yeah, the daddy is here. He back there with that purple shirt on. Yeah, that's what it is. Hey, daddy. Not you, William, but Javon. Yeah. And you know what? If y'all go back and look at my last review, I Slick was right. I really pretty much set up this whole scene, but I set it up wrong. See, I thought something was going to happen when Rashida was going to keep Anika, and something was going to happen in Rashida's care, and she was going to need a blood transfusion. Going to find out the blood was different blood. But this is how it happened. She was on a swing and fell, and all this other stuff, and she's going to need a blood transfusion. So I was right, but I was wrong, but I was right. So anyway, it's good. I'm just glad that we're not lingering this on. I'm glad that the drama is going. I'm glad that everything is coming. I'm happy. I'm good with the show. I think whomever, if somebody is helping Tyler Perry right, I'm just happy he's helping there. He's getting help. If this is coming all out of Tyler Perry's head, Tyler Perry, you're doing a great job. And thank you for something that's just, it's flowing and it's flowing right. So anyway, y'all, this is Sheila Beela. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Bye.